Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Bold and beautiful serial killer strikes again. Who'll be next? It looks as if working at Il Giardino just became the most deadly job in Los Angeles. Because only days after Deacon's new buddy bit the dust after chugging a tainted energy drink on the restaurant's stage, another employee of the Bold and Beautiful eatery went belly up. As the killer's body count rises like the hemlines on a hope for the future dress, we're left to wonder who's behind the murders, and whom they'll target next. This time around, it appears Hollis paid a high price for having asked one too many questions about the demise of his recently departed co-worker. And while we're glad no cats were killed as a result of curiosity, service will definitely be slower at Il Giardino now that they are down one waiter. Hollis, who shared a name with portrayer Hollis Studio Chambers, first appeared way back at the tail end of 2021. Eagle-eyed viewers might recall that at the time, the character was going by Paul. Turns out the character's full name is Paul Hollis Hollister, although by the time he began appearing more regularly, the show had simply begun referring to him as Hollis. While never quite managing to become a full-blown character, we did get to know quite a bit about Hollis over the past few years. Heck, it was Hollis who first urged Deacon to go for it when a red-headed customer looked at him the way other Il Giardino patrons do the pizza, which means, in essence, Deacon can either thank or blame Hollis for helping him reconnect with Shyla, who was believed dead but had in actuality donned a wig and severed a toe in order to throw everyone off her trail. Hollis also came this close to becoming the new man in Brooke's life. You'll recall that during her short-lived friendship with Taylor, the shrink urged Ridge's other ex to give an infatuated Hollis a shot. This led to the waiter turning on the charm during an intimate evening, which resulted in a kiss, but never really went much further thanks to her never-ending obsession with love for Ridge. This week, after asking a few pointed questions about Tom's overdose, Hollis apparently became the killer's latest victim. And based on the final moments of his last episode, it would appear that Hollis knew the person who did away with him. "What are you doing here?" he asked them before admitting he was glad to see them, because he needed to talk about the cache of Tom's letters he'd found. Cut to the next morning, and Shyla screaming upon finding Hollis' body. Not coincidentally, this happened only moments after Steffi called the police to suggest that Shyla be investigated in connection to Tom's death. But who is doing away with Deacon's staff members, and why? We suspect that it won't take long for Shyla to become the prime suspect, given that she has, how do we put this? A bit of a complicated history when it comes to people dropping dead in her vicinity. That, however, seems a bit too obvious. So let's take a look at our rogues gallery of suspects, found here, whom we've been eyeing ever since Tom gave that final, killer performance. The sultry summer sun cast long shadows across the opulent Forrester mansion, its grandeur juxtaposed with the growing sense of dread among the elite of Los Angeles. The unthinkable had happened, the bold and beautiful serial killer had struck again, sending shockwaves through the tight-knit community. Tensions were palpable, and trust was a fragile thread, ready to snap at the slightest provocation. The first victim was Thorne Forrester, a beloved figure with a heart as vast as his fashion empire. His untimely demise left the Forrester clan reeling, the usually vibrant household now cloaked in a pall of mourning. Thorne's death was a mystery shrouded in enigma, his lifeless body discovered in his office, surrounded by sketches and swatches. The police found no signs of struggle, no clear motive, just a cryptic note that read, "The past will haunt you all." As the family tried to piece together the puzzle, whispers of suspicion began to circulate. Could it be someone within their inner circle? The stakes were high and the air was thick with paranoia. Each member of the Forrester family, from the matriarch Stephanie to the ambitious Ridge, became both investigator and suspect in this unfolding drama. Stephanie Forrester, the indomitable matriarch, felt the weight of the tragedy heavier than anyone. As she stood by Thorne's portrait in the grand hall, her eyes filled with unspoken sorrow, she vowed to protect her family. Yet the question gnawed at her relentlessly: who could harbor such hatred towards them? Ridge Forrester, Thorne's brother, took up the mantle of amateur sleuth with characteristic fervor. Known for his tenacity, Ridge combed through Thorne's life, searching for any clue that might lead to the killer. His investigation revealed a labyrinth of secrets, alliances, and betrayals. Thorne's recent dealings with a shadowy investor and a series of heated arguments with a rival designer painted a complex picture. But none of these leads pointed directly to the killer. As days turned into weeks, the Forrester mansion transformed into a pressure cooker of emotions. The once harmonious family dinners were now silent affairs, each member lost in their thoughts, eyes darting with unspoken accusations. Brooke Logan, Ridge's ex-wife and a close friend of Thorne, felt the strain deeply. Her past entanglements with the Forrester men made her a figure of suspicion in the eyes of some. Yet her grief was genuine, her resolve to find the killer unwavering. Meanwhile, Eric Forrester, the patriarch, struggled to maintain a semblance of normalcy. He poured himself into his work, hoping the creative process would offer some solace. Yet the lingering presence of the killer cast a long shadow over his efforts. His thoughts often drifted to Thorne and the promise he had made to keep the family united. With each passing day, that promise seemed more difficult to keep. Then came the second strike. Pamela Douglas, Tiffany's quirky sister, was found dead in the Forrester Creations office, her life cut short in a manner eerily similar to Thorne's. The note left by her side read, "Secrets buried, truths revealed." The revelation sent the family into a tailspin. Pam, with her eccentric personality and penchant for baking, had been an unexpected victim, intensifying the fear gripping the Forresters. As the body count rose, so did the tension. The media swarmed like vultures, eager to feast on the Forresters' misery. Speculations ran wild, from jilted lovers seeking revenge to business rivals orchestrating a hostile takeover. Yet amidst the chaos, one question remained unanswered: who would be next? Detective Sanchez, assigned to the case, found himself embroiled in the complex web of the Forrester family dynamics. His investigation, hindered by the lack of clear evidence, relied heavily on psychological profiling and old-fashioned detective work. He spent hours interviewing family members, employees, and anyone with a potential motive. Each conversation revealed more about the intricate lives of the Forresters, but the killer remained elusive. As the investigation progressed, a pattern began to emerge. The victims, though seemingly random, shared a common thread. Each had uncovered a dark secret about the Forrester legacy. Thorne had stumbled upon a long-buried scandal involving financial misconduct. Pam had discovered a hidden affair that threatened to unravel the family's reputation. The killer's notes were not just taunts. They were breadcrumbs leading to a truth that could shatter the Forrester dynasty. In the midst of the turmoil, Steffi Forrester, Ridge's daughter, took matters into her own hands. Fiercely protective of her family, she used her resources and connections to delve deeper into the mystery. Her investigation led her to a shocking discovery: a diary belonging to her late grandmother, Tiffany, detailing a series of events from decades ago.